only thing I can say, in another 12 to 15 years, you will be needed by the world at large. Doesn't matter who one is today, who he belongs to, their minds are going to go empty. In Piscean age, which is going to end, the main need was for knowledge, for creative legacy. That's why in the Piscean age, sex was taboo. It was monitored, matured, glorified. Sensuality, sex and sensuality were considered the primary attractions. Beauty was physical. And people were in pursuit of each other. Sexual intercourse was the orientation of relationship. And it went to the point of obnoxious duality, and perversion became very prominent. But as the time is changing, people are looking towards fulfillment. Fulfillment of the self through purity and piety, individuality and reality. They don't want to practice duality anymore. That's why you will find few marriages. Sex will not be the attraction. Sensory system will develop, a new system of an individual in a sensory system, where individual will find oneself complete. Communication will be among us. Everybody will have every knowledge. The press of the button, you can get any information you want. The whole world will be at your disposal. And in the words of somebody, it's not mine, but it is ugly to say it, pussy will have no place. Female organ, which is the mostly the boat of the sensualism, and the penis, which is lingam they call, is the oar of that, will lose their grip. It is not through physical intercourse. It's a very great change. You're not going to find through physical intercourse satisfaction. And it will be automatic. You will find satisfaction through self-sensory system, which people will develop in the next 50 years, coming 50 years. But it will start having foundation now, because 21 years is the cusp period of the age of Pisces to go and age of Aquarius to come. So I think we have gone, how much we have gone through? Huh? Yeah, right? 1 7 gone, other 7 break 2 years into it, right? And then others 7 years. What is that personal sensory system? Personal sensory system will have no makeup. Person will be open, straight, simple. And the beauty will be internal, not external. And man is going to reach out with such a dignity, such a devotion, such a elevated loftiness about self. The beauty of a human character will be so bewitching that not only the one who is in will be enjoying and realizing, but it will be so realized by the person that any other temptation by other person or seduction or whatever you want to call it will not work. The Piscean age was the ugliest age of the era in which female was exploited, rooted out from her roots, exploited to the brink and to the brim, and shitted at by the shitlings, and that is what men were. Don't call me, I'll call you. Our chemistry doesn't work. We can't meet anymore. I found another partner. It was kind of shift in, shift out. It didn't have any strength, it didn't have any character, it didn't have any taste. So female gave birth in the past 1 century to most fearful, insecure men who were either pre-ejaculating or couldn't ejaculate at all. And the sexual disorder was to the tune that it has never been heard in the past 3,000 years. Men which was produced from the last 1 century, which you call are the great, are like who wants to indulge into the power of destruction. That's why we created atom bomb, hydrogen bomb, smart bombs. We had 2 wars. And we have killed more people in the name of religion than anything else. And religion instead of reality became an ugly fanaticism. And the ugliest thing which happened in this last century is the man started finding God outside himself. They forgot that God is working God, Karta Purkh, which Nanak said. It works. It breathes in us. It works in us. It's part of us. It's not separate. So the curtains and the doors and the windows and the privacy we are talking about is not a privacy. It was self-blindness. And mankind, sexually, men were inferior. They were not has the power of endurance. They could not carry the love of the polarity of the female, in other words. They couldn't become unit. And their sexual habits were so shallow that Akashic record do not even record them. Men are product of being worthless, useless. Sexual intimacy has no depth. And the world went through a crazy realm of movement, and each orbit intercrossing another orbit. And the only way to survive today is through insanity of ego. Not only ego has a rational reference, but through the insanity of the ego. I know. I know actually means I know nothing. So person synchronized, became limited, became small, squeezed to a point of just physical existence. Just physical existence. Today we are 6 billion ugly ducklings of human race living on the planet, and has no quality, no quantity, and no character, no commitment. Can't last. It's like you look at our character, it's a wrap-up of lies and yo-yo. We say things which are not true. We truthfully say things which are not true. We dramatically say things which are not true. And all we do is the ugliest thing in this planet, which a human race is not born for, is to build a power which surrounds the individual of how many houses he has, how many boyfriends he has, how many money she has, kind of adding on dirt, heap of dirt. They call it, in Africa these things, these monkeys put a stick in and take them out, and termites is called a termite heap. Termite. And man ego is slanted like a snake, which throw poison out like a fountain at you. It doesn't mean anything. It's just scary, that's all. So by character we have become very shallow. How many TV sets, how much bigger TV set we have, how many cars we have. When you hear somebody talking, you will never see a person talking how much satisfaction, how much content, how much contentment, how much character, how much realization. You know what I'm saying? Yes. You won't hear it these days. Who fucked who wants who chased who is so nude, who nude than the other nude. You understand? There's a competition going on. You see, all our magazine is a joke. Is a human joke. And when a race of humans start making mockery of themselves openly and obnoxiously, nothing is sacred. So this is the state of affair, and it has to go how many more years?
14.
No, 7 years we are gone, right? 9. Out of 21, how many more?
12.
Something like that. and it will be bad to us. Idea is to teach this master touch was not to teach you and beg you to be. The idea was to come so we can tape record it. So when the generations will follow us, and many of you will try to reach out to help people or help yourself, so you have something to understand. It's called building the foundation of the new age. That's what it is all about. In the age of Aquarius, it will be age of experience, where only people of experience will be liked, respected, worshipped, talked to, and understood. It's not a matter of how old you are, and how young you are, and how white you are, and how black you are. The thing called religion has become absolutely obsolete, because in the past 5,000 years, religion is teaching to redeem your soul. Redeem your soul. Soul is already redeemed. What are you redeeming? What should you actually redeem is your nuisance. Your pimpism and prostitutism. That's what you should redeem. What you should redeem is your being cheap, shallow, worthless, useless, not true to your words, and not true to your commitment, not true to your character. That's what you should redeem. Majority of the world is nothing but a show business. You put up a show. And spirituality is nothing but a show. Nobody is deeply sincere and into the fact, that they are factual. No human believes that they are fact of life, fact of existence. They are real. They are born in the image of God. The most magnificent Allah, most infinite God, Jehovah, most pure, wise Lord Buddha, whatever you want to call your God, has created you in His own image. And this is it. This is? So God is called in the new age Hishit, He, She and It. And if you don't understand the totality of God is He, She and It, then you are shit. And you can put a silver leaf on it, or gold leaf on it, or just wrap it in a paper. That's what you are. So you are wrapped in gold, wealth. You think you are covered, you are wrong. If you are wrapped in silver and you think you are shining and bright and you can make fool of others, you are deadly wrong. And if you stink in a paper, you are originally wrong. Because fact is, there is nothing more beautiful, more pretty, more worthy, or conscious than you. So time has come of self-value. And question is not to be and not to be. Question is to be, to be. It's a practical era of question, I am, I am. Time has come not to search God, but be God. Time has not to worship God. Time has to trust and dwell in the working God. Can you digest all this?
Yes, sir.
In one day?
Yes, sir.
No, you're not. It's too much, I know it myself. As it is coming through me, it is cleansing me, and if you're not listening and only hearing, you're not getting anywhere. But if it's listening, it will go in you. And you have to come to the awareness how bad and unfortunate we have made this ugly world as ugly as possible, and how beautiful actually God created it. So actually we are purely enemies of God. Because God within us is in pain and there's no God outside us. And each one is manifestation of God, so it won't work to create God by stone God and climatic God and this mountain is God and that river is God and every grain of sand is God. And we have to have our subtle body, our sophisticated self, to see it. That's why in the last 33 years I couldn't fit in with your psyche. Because actually to be reality, you're a bunch of molecules living by the pranic body. You're nothing more, nothing less. Soul and the psyche will not merge in you equally in balance. You will have no awareness. Human existence is a combination of pranic body and psyche energy of yours, which is the universe, Prakriti, the creation in proportion. When you have that state of mind, you're clean and clear. You stop searching. You start practicing. The oddness in you become even, and your flow become vast, as the universe is, and sometimes beyond universe. You have the authentic reach to yourself. I don't want anybody because I want everybody. This concept is very difficult. I don't want to be I don't want to be we. I want to be just as it is. And my run is with the flow of the psyche of the universe. As it takes me, as it moves me, as it has me. So man will stop cutting corners and come to a real existence. And it's not too much time away. It's not? Anybody can be great now. Any person who thinks they are great may be nothing. Because the information is so powerful and so knowable and so knowledgeable and so understandable that nothing can work. Would we not be competent anymore to cheat each other? But we can help and deal with each other as equal. There's no beautiful, no ugly. The love of existence, our life and our breathing, will be in need of flow of the psyche in us. Therefore, we can be a real combination of self within the self, and the sensory system which will develop automatically out of us will be our archangel, protecting us and glorifying us. We are the Israel of the time. And there's nothing to deprive. And those who will hustle and hassle and move and want and just will die suffering, they'll not get anything. Now the time has come. You will have a meditative mind to wait and see what comes to you. Your mind will direct you to work towards the right channels. You will meet right people. Our future is now, and our presence is our purity. We don't have to pure ourselves. We are pure. We simply don't have to make it ugly by diversion, concoction stories, and by creating a romance and fantasy doesn't mean anything, and imagining things which are zero. We should get to see the Master's touch as role models, and then we'll master ourselves through our service, through our character, through our commitment. And the most powerful thing which we'll have is our grace. Our individual grace is the most wanted thing of today. And our projection, which will give us satisfaction, fulfillment, and exalt us, is our nobility. We will act as virtually noble, gracious, kind, compassionate. These are our essential features. Our creativity will be our sensory system. And through this sensory system, we'll be overflowing with energy, touching and feeling and touching the hearts of people and feeling their feeling and fulfilling their cavities. We'll act as great, and our flow will fulfill the gratefulness in the hearts of others. It will be a new relationship. Excuse me. We'll will create a new humanity which will have the new sensory system, and thus we establish the age of Aquarius. You understood all that?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
This is the fundamental character you have to learn by heart. Remember it tomorrow, and I'm going to ask you. This is your homework, and this is how you will purify yourself. Put your right hand, left hand on the heart like this, and right hand like this. Right, and close your eyes. And repeat whatever you have learned so far. No, mentally, silently, for yourself. Can you play the tape back in a high tone as possible? You're not taping it? But it cannot be played back? Okay. Then put your mental tape Do you remember anything of it?
Yes, sir.
Is there anyone in you who almost remember everything? Sit down on the microphone and repeat it from your notes.
The
Whole
whole lecture?
lecture. Now meditate in the same posture and listen to her and her voice, and create equal memory and equal voice in yourself.
In the next 12 years, you will be needed. Their minds are going to go empty. Sex was taboo, monitored, and matured in the Piscean age. Sex and sensuality were the primary attraction. Beauty was physical. Sexuality was the orientation of relationships. Perversion became the product. Now people want us through our purity and piety, individuality and reality. They don't want duality anymore. Sex will not be the attraction. Now we will develop a sense of the individual in the sensory system where the individual will find himself complete. Communication will be humongous. The flow of information will be infinite. Pussy will have no place. The female organ and the penis, the lingam, will lose their grip. Physical intercourse will not give satisfaction. Self-sensory system will give satisfaction. This sensory system will be developed over the next 50 years. 19 to 21 years is the cusp period of the Piscean to the Aquarian age. We've now gone through 9 years. We have 12 more years. In the Aquarian age, people will be open, straight, simple, and beauty will be internal, not external. We will be expected to reach out with such a dignity, devotion, and lofty sense of self. We will be bewitching and be so realized that any temptation by another person will not work. In the Piscean age, the female was exploited to the brink and shitted at by shitlings. That's what men were. Don't call me, I'll call you. There was no strength, no character. Females gave birth to the most fearful, insecure men who prematurely ejaculated and had no staying power, no commitment. The Piscean age gave birth to the power of destruction, the atomic bomb, 2 world wars, people fighting and hacking at each other. Religion, instead of giving reality, became an ugly fanaticism. No one believed in Karta Purk, the working God that breathes in us, that works through us. During the last century, we looked for God outside ourselves. Men were inferior. They couldn't become a unit. They had so shallow sexual habits that Akashic records do not even record them. Sexual intimacy had no depth. Each orbit was crossing with other orbits. The only way to survive today is through the insanity of the ego. I know. Actually means I know nothing. The synchronized person became squeezed to a point of just physical existence. We have 6 billion people with no quantity, character, commitment. Get lost. We became a wrap-up of lies and yo-yo behavior, saying things that are not true. We've built a power surrounding individuals of how many houses he has and how much money he has. We've created termite heaps. Man's ego is slanted like a snake that throws poison out at you, meaning nothing. We never see, when the person talks, how much satisfaction, containment, commitment, character, and realization that person has. Rather, it's who fucks who, how naked a person can be, how belittling one can be to another. When a race of humans starts making open mockery of themselves, that spells disaster. The idea in giving this master's touch was to tape record this information, to build the foundation of a new age. Only people of experience will be talked to in the age of Aquarius. For the past 5,000 years, religion has taught you to redeem your soul. The soul is already redeemed. Rather, you should redeem your pimpism, your prostitutionism, your cheapism. You're not being true to your words. You should redeem your shallowism. We must be deeply sincere and into the fact that a human being is factual. A human being is a fact of life, a fact of existence, born in the image of God. In truth, there is nothing more beautiful than you. The time has come of self-value. The time has come to be, to be. The time has come for I am, I am. The time has come not to search God, but to be God. The time has come not to trust in God, but to dwell in the working God. As it is coming through me, it is cleansing me. You have to become aware of how ugly we've made this earth and how beautiful it's supposed to be. Every grain of sand is God. We have to have our subtle body, our sophisticated self, to see it. That's why, over the past 30 years, I couldn't fit in with your reality. You are actually a collection of molecules living by the pranic body. The pranic body and the psychic body, with the creation in proportion, makes you clean and clear. You stop searching and begin practicing. Your flow becomes vast as the universe, and sometimes beyond the universe. You come to a consciousness of, I don't want anybody because I want everybody. That's a difficult concept. My run with the flow of the psyche of the universe, as it takes me, moves me, desires me, is how we should be. Man will stop cutting corners and come to a real existence. We can help and deal with each other as equals. The love of existence of our life and reality with the flow of the psyche will give us the flow of self within the self. Our sensory system will be our archangel, protecting and glorifying us. Those who hustle and hassle will die suffering. Your mind will direct you toward the right channel. Our presence is our purity. We won't have to create fantasies and imaginations of the unreal. We will master ourselves and our service, character, commitment, and the most powerful thing, our individual grace. Our nobility is our projection. Gracious, kind, compassionate. These are our essential features. Our creativity will be our sensory system. We'll be overflowing with energy, touching the hearts of people, filling their cavities. We'll act as great, and our flow will fulfill the hearts of others. We will create a humanity. We will have a new sensory system, and thus will create the age of Aquarius. This is the fundamental character you have to remember. This is how you will purify yourself.
Well, very accurate. Did you hear her? It is almost verbatim what I said, and I'm very grateful that at least she's fast enough to take exact notes. And then, beauty of that is she can repeat it. If you want to become something and automatically you want to change it, you have to take this voice and put on a tape, and you have to hear it all the time. And each time you hear it, it will cut your insanity and reduce your Aquarian age, not into the background but in the forefront. And you will start losing the grip of the bewitchment of the Piscean age, in which there is nothing but guilt, fear, and fundamental race for grabbing, collecting and hamming, and I don't know, what should I tell you? It's just insanity and play. And when you will hear this new sensory system and new definition of the age of Aquarius and new definition of the human, it will be shocking to you. You will start becoming. Yeah. It will start changing your molecular system and your neuro interaction in your brain. But you have to remember it verbatim, and you have to hear it. What do you think of that?
Yes.
Yeah? It's truth that you think you are all beautiful, right? You're not, you are shitlings. You are not. You stink and smell in the cosmos. I used to have a dog. His name was Golden. And I was living in a ranch, and the ranch has beautiful apricot trees. And there used to be so much apricots and so ripe that we couldn't pull them. We tried, but it didn't work. So the apricots used to fall on the ground. Lot of them. This dog was so sensitive that he would take the apricot, eat the whole apricot, the rotten apricot, and spit the pit out. And I have never seen a dog doing it. And it was, to me, it was a very new phenomenon. So within an hour or so, he'll pick up every apricot from the ground, eat it. Wallah, just after an hour or two, he was intoxicated. And he will start chasing his tail. He has a big, beautiful tail. He'll start chasing his tail and go on for hours. And that was a living Piscean age. I learned from that dog how people are chasing their tail. Everybody has a tail. And everybody's intoxicated either with ego or with liquor. You have so much consumption of self-inflicting ego and so much consumption of liquor. That's why people are taking drugs. What should they do? They can't face their reality. They are scared. We are just blaming people. Look at the law and order. Look at the criminal record. Look at the dissatisfaction. Look all what there is. And it's increasing, it's surmounting. It's out of control. There's so much shadow on us that we can't see the beauty of our own light. Do you know you're very beautiful? Each one of you has a breath of life, is a part of God. And breathing is not a mechanical machine outside, it's within you. That God which is keeping you alive is you. Now house is open. You can ask questions and we'll reply to you. Is a self-deliberation, is self-indulgence. That's the mastery. That's what this course is all about. Yeah. No, you have to copy this, what I have said. Make your own tape. In your own voice. And then you have to listen to your own shit. Yeah, this is the only way it will work. You have to re-narrate it in your own voice, for your own self. and then you have listened to it meditatively, and it will cleanse you. Yeah. Oh, choker, why not? We are all for each other anyway. Yeah, sure. But you have to make your own tape. Yeah.
What does psyche mean? What's the definition of psyche?
This universe which grows, and this time and space is created, and this galaxy, and this 4,000 suns, and all that is by the power of the psyche. Is energy, like pranic energy. With pranic energy you exist, with psyche universe exists. And they have a proportionate relationship. The sensory system which you are going to create after this tape you will hear, that's all you have to do, listen to this. And it will cleanse you again and again, and it will bring sophisticatedness in you, and your psyche will bring your subtle body into play. And that subtle body will play a master role, and you will be shocked, you will be changed. You will be yeah.
Sir, what is that? The activation of the psyche and the sensory system, and what's their relationship?
The sensory state is where the pranic body and the psyche will meet together to take the control, the guidance of the vehicle called human, and not emotions, feeling, rational, fanaticism and imaginations and fantasies and oh, I am in love, I can't live without you, baby. Nobody's going to do that. Everybody start living in their own personal, gracious love, and everybody start loving oneself and find satisfaction and fulfillment, which is beautiful, bountiful, and blissful. This cheapness will disappear. I mean, we don't care how we talk. Do we talk that out of our words people feel the wisdom, feel the truth, people feel the straightforwardness, people feel the depth, people feel the charisma of our own life and our understanding, and can our words bring in other person the trust, the affection, the understanding, or is all just to fish it out? Yep.
How do we experience psyche and pranic body together?
You will, when you will meditate on new definition, you will. I have given you the foundation of the new definition. I have not hesitated, I have not used any uncalled words. And I think the understanding was very, very clear. You have to hear it in your own voice. That's the key. Yeah.
Sir, would there be any physical changes in the physical body?
Your behavior will change.
The accompanies the sensory body?
Your behavior will change.
Will there be any different organs or different nerves?
The sensory system itself will be a different projection altogether. The wrap of lies will disappear, and the wrap of truth will be shining out of you.
It will be this lecture?
This definition, preamble.
But this is the only lecture that we're supposed to do this one?
Start with one. There are 12 years. Either humanity will prepare itself or will destroy itself. Every prostitute will regret. Every pimp will go insane. and nobody's going to cause it. And there's no cure. Mind will go berserk. Sensuality will eat everybody. It is just like a fire. You keep on putting more wood and it will burn. Flame will be higher and higher. Till you reach to a point you don't know where you're going.
You said that people aren't going to get satisfaction out of sex. Does that mean they're not going to enjoy it?
You're going to eat your own shit. Do you hear me? Don't get into the rut. It's already eaten enough. Sex has produced nothing but insanity. Sex is just mating and dating has become self-indulgence. It has stopped expansion. Man is supposed to be as vast as the universe is, and as good as gods are, and as great as God is. And it's all lost because of our overindulgence in our sensory system is not there. And all we have is sexuality. I'm not stopping anybody to not stop fucking. You should do it today. And go fuck each other on the ground over there. I don't care a shit. You are already going to die anyway. What big deal is if we can't save, we can't save. There's no compassion left. People are slaves of their habits and their commotions. And commotions doesn't make any sense. It's already creating a lot of disasters. I mean, living in the second chakra, let's put mathematically, never lets you reach the sixth chakra. And without sixth chakra, you will have no command on the self. That's a law which I can't change. So everybody has to travel from down there. 36 is here. And that's called third eye. So your two eyes what see will not mean anything. What third eye will see will mean everything. Is that bitterly understood?
Yes.
Good for you. Also, the teachings are very they're sugar covered. We have to come to a point of straight. Teacher and taught have to be straight. They have to understand as it is. That's why we're avoiding flowery words and we're talking straight. A pot which leaks underneath can never fulfill itself and overflow. Age of Aquarius requires teachers which can overflow and reach out. The word is not going to be in a bed. Word is going to be the universe itself. The jobs and personalities and friendship will not be decided on the audition couch. And greatness not found in a relationship with VIP and VVIP and VVVIIIPPP. This is passe. It's personal sensory system and grace, and just imagine a man walking with a lot of light around himself, all around, which will be not seen but recognized and understood. where presence of a person will start presenting itself. And we don't need introductions and all that stuff. Don't feel sad. It's not anybody's creation. It is a self you have to follow, not any person, place, or a thing. And Nanak talks about Naam. Naam is the noun, person, place, or a thing, totality of your own reality. That's Naam. People should love you, trust you, believe you. You can serve. You can cook in the here and take it to the stage gracefully. As we end up reading book of Madarappa. Madarappa was used to bring food for his teacher, where he stuck bamboo between his legs and hands, so neither he can carry nor he can walk, but still he did it. He was a great Tibetan master with love, but just see what he went through. Cooking, chanting, Satnam, Vaheguru, and serving and carrying and destroying your past is not a price for all that. I have choreographed it very well. Excuse me. And you will seek no help. Any question? Yes, my dear. Let them die. God pray for them, they should go. Everything has to be wiped out. Snake has to shed his snake skin. And you will come out. No, we can't waste our time. This is not the time. We can't do anything. We have to keep going, moving. Bless them. We all have to drop our bodies out of our dead bodies will grow the new age. It should not be our concern. Whatever few days we have got, we should work and save ourselves compassionately. They lived in the age of Pisces and they are to be judged by the Pisces rule. We are on the cusp, we have to be judged by the Aquarian rule. That our master has changed, our standard of judgment has changed. Our needs have changed. Our projection of our properties and our power has changed. Understand? No? Die with it! If you can't see and that blind you are, then let's go with it. Not a family anymore. Break is the law of heavens. Rather, let them break through the misery and go in peace. Pray for them so they can find a space. Understand? Good. Do something, or dying or going. Pray for them. They can redeem themselves in the last minute. What should I do? Change the time? I can't. At the time of the cusp of Aquarius. Attachments have no value except a drag. Self has to be served and preserved and elevated so that it can serve those who are in trouble. Don't you see that? Don't you see your usefulness? So get out of the Piscean consciousness. Let them be free. Free their soul. Let them go. Bless them. Dance with them. Sing to them. Time to go is time to go. Why is it so difficult for you? Huh? Who cares? With your mother-in-law, father-in-law, or the whole universe. Tomorrow you are going to find these vices of cries and insanity in every corner. Hell is going to get loose. At that time you are allowed to be standard and to be calm and quiet and peaceful and singing and smiling and helping and elevating. We have a relationship with time and space now, not one individual. We're going to find, there are 6 billion people on the earth. It's going to hit all. How many million people are suffering with HIV and crying? See, Ma Jai Shakti, just give them graceful exit. Do you know how many people are silently suffering because they are shallow? And you guys can't just give them a moment of peace and tranquility because you don't recognize anybody other than who's your relative. Is that not everybody's your relative? We live in the relevancy of psyche. What's the difference? You know how many people are suffering inside and they do not know what they're suffering for? You have any idea of the pain of people to what extent they are, and they are totally innocent and they do not know why, and they have not found answer? Yeah? Your touch should be that of a master touch. You should know somebody's deepest pain and deepest frustration and deepest inadequacy and deepest etc., etc. People are attached to land and people are attached to this and people are attached to that. These attachments are just like tying somebody with a tree and let him suffocate and die. We have to free ourselves from those attachments and go and help every corner, every person, every place. Is that understood? Among yourself, touch anybody, see how much the pain is. But we are so insensitive and feeling are so dead We only see what we are relating with sensory system is not we are sensual. Sensory system is total. Everybody pain should be our pain. Everybody pain should be our absolutely exhibit pain, and we should be in a position to reach out and relieve. That's why many years I said, "Hail Guru Ramdas," and heal the world. I didn't say heal individual. Yeah? Get out of the cocoon, get out of the shell. Vast. Go and touch every heart with your head bowed. Take this 12 years as opportunity. Yes.
Sir, could you explain the idea that the new gap system, how there's a gap, is it just during this transition, or do new gap centers go on all through the training?
Son, it is now or never. Inner insecurity and outer knowledge is going to create such a hustle. How can you live even? You know, this is my planet. You know now 7 planets, now you know 12 planets, now you have 15 planets. Now you know there are 1 sun, now there are 4,000 suns, and now there are going to be 16,000 suns. You know you are not stationary, you are moving 382 some point miles per hour when you are absolutely meditating still. What is the reality? Reality is these molecules, this bunch which looks like humans, lifeless, insecure, imaginative, fantasies taken away miles. The guy was driving car, he fell from the highway, from the top to lower highway, from lower highway to third highway, and then into a ditch. And the police asked him, what happened? Really, what happened? Why you are here? He said, well, you fell from there and there and there and there. He says, so. He said, where were you? He said, I was in heavens talking to the angels, and I was arranging their feathers. It's true. It's a true story. Policeman said, where were you? He said, I was in the heavens and I was arranging the feathers of the angels. And what are you talking about? Where I fell? I have not heard. He said, your car is totally total. He said, then what? This is the material world. So everybody is arranging the feathers of the angels. That's the beauty of the ego. You can never not know yourself. Never. Now you are ready to meditate?
Yes, sir.
Okay, put your right hand and up there like this, left hand here, and just play this. Sat Nam. No, you have to make the corners. Sat Nam Vaheguru, Sat Nam Vaheguru, Sat Nam. You have to make the corners. At least 3, 4. Sat Nam Vaheguru, Sat Nam Vaheguru. Conscious corners. 8 are most acceptable, but 2 will do. Okay, now you do it all right, and you do it tonight out. When you are going to finish your meals? Have you eaten already? Right? Yeah, now it is, the sun is there. What time the sun sets? When it's just there. What time will that be? So hour before sunset and hour after sunset, you will sit and do this meditation. It has to be done with the sun. So it is 7 now, sun sets 8:30. So if you stop, say 7:30, then you will go up to 8:30, right? And then after that you will go to 9:30. Gurcharan, you will sit and watch. Anything else? Good.
Thank you, sir.
And 8 corners are best. Hectagon they call it. Satnam by Guru, Satnam by Guru. I don't know how we do it. I used to do it. Figure it out. I am not saying anything. I am not helping you. You have come here to become masters, haven't you? I am not here to become masters. You have come here to become masters. Is that true? Yes, sir. You have become so. So where are you going? Will you shut up? You have no manners, right?